This video was made possible by the EA Game Changers program. Hi guys, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another speed build. So for today's build we're going to be using some more of the new StrangerVille items that came with the StrangerVille game pack. Now this speed build is a little bit out of my comfort zone since I did try and kind of go for a specific architectural style. Now the architectural style that I tried to go for was Carpenter Gothic, and from everything that I could find out, that's the architectural style that I would say that the windows and doors from this pack are kind of based on. They're kind of meant to look like something from that style, from that architecture style. So yeah, I tried to build something that would go with them, and just something that I think would look really good in StrangerVille. And yeah, I actually looked at some of the lots, some of the bigger houses in this Shady Acres neighborhood of the world, and yeah, I looked up the lots, I looked at the lots and I looked up pictures to try and figure out what architecture style, they were kind of going for, style wise, I guess, with this world. And yeah, in Shady Acres, that's definitely the style. But I didn't build this house in Shady Acres, I actually built it in the StrangerVille Plaza, little neighborhood of StrangerVille. And it's on a 30 by 20 lot, and it's not actually a starter home, it's quite expensive. It's like 90,000 simoleons, so it's definitely not a starter. But for this house, I didn't even try and make it a starter, if I'm honest. I just tried to experiment a bit with this style before I attempted a bigger build, since obviously I do want to do some bigger builds with this pack in Shady Acres, especially since yeah, that's my favorite area of this world. But yeah, I just wanted to get my feet wet with this style, since I've never tried something like this before. I've never tried any kind of gothic style or something like that, and yeah, I just wanted to play around with some of the build items, some of the windows and doors especially. Now, you guys will notice that this house has a very bright yellow siding for wallpaper, and that siding actually didn't come with the pack, and it's not custom content. This house is completely custom content free. That siding actually came with the free update that we had on Thursday. And it's not a new siding, but the Sims team did go in and add a few more color swatches to one of the in-game base game sidings that we had. And yeah, they added some of these really bright colors. There's this yellow, there's an orange and a green, like a really dark, deep forest kind of green color, which I love. Now, I've been saying for so long how we need a bright yellow siding. Every time you want to do a yellow house, we usually just had that really pale, kind of buttery, kind of pale yellow. So I'm really glad to have this bright yellow. Now, it's not something I would probably use in a normal build all that much. You don't see me building yellow homes all that much. But I figured, for this style, from what I could see, a lot of the houses in this style usually had a really bright color on the outside, even if it was just an accent, or maybe it was the whole house or something. But I mean, I found carpenters gothic houses, not craftsmen, carpenters gothic houses that were green, bright green. And I found some of them that were pink and lots of reds and all of those colors. So I decided, to try and do a yellow one, since I have another color scheme in mind for the bigger build that I want to do, and I didn't want to repeat myself. So yeah, I just decided to do a little yellow build, and it gave me an opportunity and an excuse to use that new bright yellow, siding. So it's a win-win. And I did call this cottage Sunflower Cottage. Now, I thought about Sunflower Cottage, the name, after I picked the yellow wallpaper, and I was thinking of something to name this build. And yeah, Sunflower Cottage just popped into my head about, from the color. And I did actually at the end of the video add in some sunflowers when I do the landscaping, so it's a bit more fitting. I guess. But yeah, something that you guys will probably have noticed from the title of this video, this is a base game and StrangerVille only build. So I didn't use any other packs in this build, and like I said, I didn't use any custom content. So if you guys only have the base game and StrangerVille, you will be good to go with this pack. And you know, if you do have other packs, you can obviously just add in whatever else you wanted. There are quite a few items that I could think of while I was doing this build that I wanted to use. For one, I wanted to use other kitchen counters. I wanted to use the parenthood counters, but obviously couldn't use them since it was a restricted packs build. But yeah, that would be one of the first changes I would personally make, would be to add in some parenthood counters instead of these base game ones, since I don't know, I just like the look of the parenthood counters more, and especially the white swatch. I really like the white swatch of those counters, and the base game white swatches are really, I don't know, for some reason they have this, for me, they have this really weird kind of like light blue tint or something to them. No matter what the like light color is in the room, they always look this like kind of off-white, like kind of off-white bluish color, which I don't really like. So yeah, that would be one of the changes I would make. And I would probably also update the kitchen, not the kitchen, the living room sofas. I would use some different sofas for the living room, and then I would add in a, what do you call them again, I don't know, a window seat or whatever. I can't remember the exact name. But those little like quarter, like half moon benches that come with cats and dogs, for the life of me, I can't remember the names of those right now. A bay seat, they're bay seating, I just remembered. I would add in a bay seat in that little cut out, bump out bit, you know, that little, I don't know, like octagonal, whatever. That little bit, I'm not making any sense. But yeah, I actually bought that like little turret, half turret area, thinking that I could put a base seat in there, and then halfway through the actual building process I decided to make this a restricted packs build, so I didn't. But yeah, that would be something that I would add. And yeah, even with all of the changes that I would make, I really love the way this house turned out. I don't know, I don't know, I think I like the exterior more than I like the interior, which for me is really, really rare. I usually hate my exteriors of my builds. Okay, that might be a little bit of a little bit of a exaggeration, but normally the interiors of my builds are my favorite things to do, and I usually like how they turn out more than my exteriors. For some reason, I just think my exteriors usually need a little bit more work to make them look how I picture them to look in my head. But this one actually came out exactly as I pictured it, and I really love it. I can't wait to, build more in this style and maybe do something like bigger, so that I could add more detail and stuff to it, since yeah, that will be really, really fun. Now, I didn't use a lot of like the new build items from this pack in this build, since like you guys will know that I mentioned this in my build overview video, but we don't really have that many like normal build items in this pack. A lot of the build items, most of them actually, are really themed around the theme of this pack, so around the StrangerVille mystery. Now, for like regular builds like this, we didn't get any new beds or counters or tables or anything like that. The only like new things that I used in this pack, actually in this build from the pack, are those paintings that I'm putting up right now. The rugs in the kitchen, not in the kitchen, in the living room and dining room area bit. Those bookcases that I used, and then obviously the doors and windows are all new. And then I added like a few little knickknacks around the place. I add that funny little looking, I don't know, that little statue that kind of looks like an armadillo. I don't know, it reminds me of an armadillo for some reason, or an anteater maybe. I add that statue on the mantelpiece in the living room, but yeah, I think those are the only like new items from the pack that I use. So even if you don't have StrangerVille, you could probably like renovate this house a tiny bit, and you could still make it look great. all you'd have to do is replace all of the doors and windows, and oh yeah, the columns. The columns and the fences. This little cute picket fence, white picket fence I'm using at the back is from the new pack, and then the fences around the porches and the stair railings are all from the new pack as well, so you'd have to replace that if you didn't have the StrangerVille pack. But other than that, most of the furniture, like the actual furniture in the house, is base game, and actually on the outside as well as the landscaping, all of that is base game. All of the wallpapers and things like that are also base game. So yeah, this house is basically more like base game with a touch of StrangerVille, I guess. Even though it is built in StrangerVille, you could put it on any 30 by 20 lot and it would still look fine. Personally, I would probably put it in Oasis Springs, since it more closely resembles, you know, StrangerVille, even though they're completely different. When you guys get your hands on this pack, just compare the two worlds and you'll see that there really is no comparison. StrangerVille is more beautiful by like a mile easily. I mean, it amazes me how you can actually see how much the game's graphics and the amount of detail in the worlds have improved, going from like the base game worlds like Oasis Springs to this world, which, you know, this world is also desert like and, you know, things like that. So it's almost the same theme as Oasis Springs, but the amount of detail is worlds apart. Like, really, this world is stunning. And this coming from someone that doesn't like the heat. I prefer big forests and all of those like green things instead of, you know, a desert. So yeah, for me to like this world is something really, you know, momentous, I guess is the word. But yeah, I hope you guys like how this build turned out. You guys will see in the video tour that the lighting on this lot at around 10 AM, the video tour I did at around 10 AM in game, and the lighting on this lot is absolutely breathtaking. Like, I do have reshade in my game, I do use reshade, and I use Urban Sims' Leo preset for reshade, but just the lighting is stunning. The way the sun hits the house and the backyard especially, I'm absolutely in love. I will definitely be building on this lot again. I really like this lot. So yeah, I hope you guys like how this house turned out, and let me know any other build suggestions that you guys have. I'm always open to suggestions. I write all of them down. All the build suggestions and things that you guys give me, I do write all of them down to maybe revisit at a later date if I can't do them right away. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this build, and I hope you're having an amazing day, and that you're looking forward to this week. And yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys, like I said, I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.